The Badgers are head coached by a pretty important fella. 4 times in Wisconsin history, they've won 11 games. 3 times under Bret Bielema. He got his 50th win this season. He got his 60th career win this season, and he joins us now. Bret, let's start with this. Best thing you've seen from any of your players since the end of the Big Ten title game to now?
You know what? I would say all of them have had a great approach. We do finals a little late at Wisconsin. We went all the way to the 23rd with finals week. So to balance that and also practice out there on the football field, it's been good to see all of them.
Bret, last year you guys were in this bowl game, came up a little bit short. Was there anything that you took from that game or experience last year that you're changing up, that you're going to do differently this year?
100%. I think all the guys that were on that field a year ago to this day have carried that memory, that thought with them to where we are today. And hopefully it's been a little bit of an inspiration during the course of the season. As far as practice, we have changed up and modified a little bit. We've kind of gone with some shorter practices that are more intense with some conditioning at the end. So we'll all know on game day, I guess, if it works or not.
To follow up on that, Aaron Henry said before the season he'd watched the TCU Rose Bowl game tape 70 times or more so he could watch and learn and be mad at that. What's your philosophy on that? Do you watch it or do you throw it away?
No, as coaches, you always are your worst critics. You know, you're on yourself. You obviously look and analyze everything. For me as a head coach, not just the game itself, but the schedule, the planning, everything that goes into it. And obviously, you know, you're 2 points away from an undefeated team that finished number 2 in the country, so it wasn't like we embarrassed ourselves. But on the same account, it's a motivating factor that's been with us all year long, I think.
Bret, you talked a little bit about the extra conditioning. Is there a way in this layoff between the Big Ten title game and the Rose Bowl that you guys feel you can get a good enough picture of what you're going to see from Oregon, especially their offense?
Yeah, obviously their offense is a little bit different prep. We've tried to use 2 teams to simulate the speed of it, but nothing is going to be as real as when we finally get there with the communication and the obviously the environment we're going to be in. But I really like the way the guys have handled it. I think they've definitely understood, and we probably played even faster than that's really going to happen during the game, just to try to kind of simulate how fast that thing happens. But a lot of people lose sight of also their defense. Their defense is a very difficult preparation, a lot of movement, a lot of blitzes, and things that this extended prep time has been very beneficial.
When you're on the field, it'll be the last time you have Paul Chryst with you on your side. But you were in this pretty much same position last year with Dave Doeren. What do you take from last year into this year in that situation?
Well, again, two great coaches. Obviously, Dave moved on to Northern Illinois and playing in his old bowl game on January 7th, and my guess, Coach Chryst will be in bowl game sooner than later at Pitt. A tremendous coach, a really a good friend. So it'll be tough, but I think the thing that all of us have taken forward, it's a profession, it's a business. I think our kids have kind of turned it into a positive for them to the last time they're going to be with Coach Chryst and Coach Bostad, a guy that's 2 guys from my original staff. So it's a sign of a staff that's done a lot of great things, because people keep hiring my guys, kind of taking it personal, kind of upsetting me a little bit, but on the same account, a great thing for them.
We talked a little bit about the speed. You mentioned Oregon's defense. What's one thing that sticks out to you when you guys watch Oregon on film that's going to be important for the game?
I think it's a phase that no one's really talking about. It's the special teams. Yeah. They have so many gifted athletes, offense and defensively, that are helping them on their coverage units, obviously with the punt and kick coverage, but also punt return, kickoff return. There's so much speed on the field. It's a difficult thing to match up with on every play, but definitely an emphasis from the end of that Michigan State game to now. We put a huge emphasis on those 4 phases.
We know you got to run, so let me end with this. Last year's team, Wisconsin sets a school record for least turnovers given up. This year, you've given up 1 less going into this game. To where does that credit go?
You know what? I think it goes to our kids. Obviously, the coaches do a great job of emphasizing it and all that goes into it, but our players just take such a fundamental approach to the game, being able to beat the game before you play it, which means playing penalty-free, playing with a way on offense that you protect the football, defense you're trying to get it back. We have tremendous kids. Anybody that went through the 2 weeks that we did back-to-back and respond now to get into a BCS Rose Bowl appearance is truly a great test of their character and their ability to kind of rebound in difficult situations.
Bret Bielema, Badger head coach, thanks for the time, and as always, we end it with 2 final words.
On Wisconsin.